And this video is to accompany my blog post on making your camel walk super awesome. And there's a video on that blog to show you what a relatively awesome camel walk looks like. This video, however, is your drills for pelvic stability and femoral mobility to help support that camel walk. So we're going to start with finding our capital I, our torso stability, that I talk about on the blog. So I'm looking for the line of my collarbones being parallel to the line of my iliac crests or hip bones. I'm going to start from the bottom because I know I like to stand on my left foot. So I'm going to go ahead, bring that left foot wider. Well, I've got this handy yoga mat I can line my toes up with. And I'm going to bring my right foot parallel with my left because it tends to want to go off like this. So as best I can, I'm going to keep my weight even through both feet, lifting the arches of the feet. And you'll see I've drawn these handy lipstick circles on my knees or on the distal end of my femora, or if you want to talk English, far away end of my thigh bone. And this is going to hopefully help you see what it looks like when I practice these movements of my thigh bone with my pelvis staying still. So I like to use thumbs on my lower front rib, the lowest one I can find. First two fingers on my iliac crest to try and keep that equal length on both sides of the waist. I've got the sneaky mirror to help me. And we're going to take this capital I, upright here, crossbars here, and we're going to take it over onto one foot. I'm going to go onto my right foot first because that's the one I don't like. You can already see me starting to tilt with my torso and with my hips, so I'm going to lift my right hip off my thigh bone, bring that left hip down to level, try and level up my collarbones and my head. It's a tricky one. And then very carefully I'm going to place my left foot down, bring my weight into it and slide the rib cage, slide the hips all the way over. This time lifting up my left pelvis off my left thigh bone, trying to stabilize that rib cage over the hips. And coming back through center onto my right foot, trying to keep my capital I, the mirror is your friend here. Lifting off my right thigh bone, drawing front lower ribs in. And again, placing left foot down, transferring weight, pressing out of my foot, out of my left hip. And trying to relax my shoulders and use my lats, not my neck, to hold my arms on. So this is our side step flow. You can do this as many times as you like, really working that torso stability, that capital I. And then we're going to come into a one-legged squat on top of our side step flow. This will prepare us for our camel walk. So coming onto that right foot, left leg is unweighted, and just sliding our spine down the back wall as we bend that right knee. And coming up again with control, switching sides. And sliding down, making sure we don't lose any of that torso stability. So the moment you start to pitch forward from your hips, come up a little bit, restack your spine. And then for our next variation on this one, side step flow onto the right. We're going to come onto the ball of our right foot. Ooh. And this is going to allow us to sink a little deeper in our squat, struggling a little bit here because it's slow. Slow is good. Whoa. And up. And transfer. Onto the ball. Whoa, and it's my good side, and squat. And return. So to make it even more like a camel walk, I'm going to come straight onto the ball of my right foot. Left leg is empty. Slide it down, press into the whole ball of the foot, all the way across the front. And up. And straight onto the ball of my left foot, trying to keep my clown knees facing forward and slide down. And up, lift the hip off the thigh and back to my capital I. Lining up those feet again, bring that right foot in. And we're going to go straight on to the movement of the femur in this hip socket that we use in our camel walk. So again, I'm going to come side step flow onto my right, lift the right pelvis off the thigh, and our first one is our external rotation. So my left leg is unweighted. I'm going to keep these hips where they are. So I'm using my glutes, I'm using my abs, I'm using all this area for stability. And then I'm going to externally rotate that left thigh. So you can see how the knee points out. I'm keeping my ankle and my lower leg relaxed, so I'm not compensating by rotating my calf. And then rotate back to centre. Keep stabilising that capital I. And rotate out, really feeling those right glutes working. The right knee facing forward and rotate in. Good. And one more. Rotate out, left thigh bone. And rotate in. Cool. And the other side, so weight comes over onto the left foot. Keeping the capital I to your right shoulder, please relax. Right leg is unweighted. And rotate that right thigh bone out. Knee points out to the side, left knee points forward. Rotate in. So there's nothing happening in this pelvis. I'm not doing any belly dancey hip movement here at all. And in, trying to keep evenly weighted on my left foot, not collapsing into the heel, not collapsing into the arch. Lots of glutes. And back to centre. Cool. Okay, so the second femoral movement is our abduction, which means taking away from centre. So we're going to bring weight onto the right foot again. I'm just starting with my least favourite side at the moment. And I'm going to slide my unweighted foot out to the side. I'm trying to keep that knee point facing front, trying to avoid compensating with my torso. So I want this capital I still. And then I'm going to bring it back in. Good. Lift right hip off thigh, slide the left thigh bone out. And in. And out. Trying not to compress through either side of my waist. Lots of abs. And out. And in. Alright, transferring weight. We'll do the other side. Side step flow onto the left foot. Lift out of that hip. And right foot slides out. So uncompensate and in. Keep the abs working as well as the glutes. As well as the lats. And in. And out. And in. One more. Slide it out. No movement in the pelvis, just this joint. And in. Cool. And back to neutral. Last one is our extension. So I'm going to show you this from the side. Just trust me that my feet are nice and level. Okay, so I want to stack my spine up from this angle as well. So this is your belly dance posture. This is where we lengthen through the lower back. There's glutes, there's abs working. And also take those front lower ribs, pull them in. So you're using your upper transversus abdominis to relieve any compression in the mid-back, which a lot of us have where we do this. Yeah. So let's take that whole rib cage, lift it away from the hips so you've got a waist all the way around the back. Okay, so I'm going to side step flow onto my right foot, and then I'm going to take my unweighted left foot, thinking about moving from this joint. I'm going to extend the thigh bone back. So as you can see, I'm not going very far because I don't want to compensate by tilting forward with the torso like this. This is not a hip extension, this is tilting forward over my right hip joint. So I want to keep upright through my torso and just extend, open out through the front of this hip joint. Lots of glutes to keep that pelvis in place. And bring it back. One more. Slide it back. Feel like you're opening out through the front of the hip joint. And bring it back. Okay. I'll do the other side and I'll show you it from the front, but do transfer over onto your left foot, keeping your capital I as best you can. So I'm really using all my glutes, so otherwise my knees go, so holding your capital I. Side step flow to the left. Lift out of the arch. Good. Uncompensate. Slide that right thigh bone back. No movement in the pelvis, lots of glutes. And bring it in, lots of abs as well. Nice. And slide it out. Back, I should say. Glutes, 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 glutes. And in. Good. And back. You're using your glutes and your abs to hold your pelvis still so your hip flexors through here can start to lengthen. They tend to be tight from sitting all day, and bring it back in. Awesomeness. Okay, putting it all together for our camel walk. So let's go ahead, bring the weight onto the ball of the right foot, just like our camel walk, pressing that whole ball of the foot. Left leg is unweighted. We're going to slide it out. It's going to go back slightly because remember we've stepped forward, but the hip stays where it is, the pelvis stays where it is. And we level down on that right leg. Good. And bring it in as you come up and place the foot down. And because this is drills, we get to do both sides. So bringing it onto the ball of the left foot. Just a little step forward, keeping lined up through that left side. Sliding that right foot out and back. A little bit of external rotation, extension, abduction. Keep your strong core, bring it all the way in. And release into both feet. Cool, let's do it again, both sides. Little fake step forward onto your right foot. And extend the left leg. Externally rotate. Good. And bring it in. And release to neutral. Step forward onto the left. Keep your capital I. Slide the right out. Good. One-legged squat. Bring it in. Keep that pelvis under control. And release. One more each side. Hold that capital I as best you can onto the ball of the right. Release. Sweet. So if you got here from anywhere other than the relevant blog post, do check it out. There's a link in the description, whether that's right or left or above or underneath in your version of YouTube. Enjoy, have fun, learning to move your legs without moving your pelvis, and see you next time.